So, hey guys, it's Christina from I Am the Am Publishing, blah blah. This video is going to be about, well, for one, thank God the internet has gone bizarro, crazy, cool. We've gone from, if you were lucky, you got a movie and you got to see somebody else like act out their life, to now where you can pretty much freaking watch anybody act out their shit, right? And I've made a decision that my little world's going to be like white backgrounds and wet hair from the shower, and I really don't care because what's important is the information of who you are, where you are, and welcome to planet Earth, and who gives a flying fuck. Excuse me, mom, right? This little video is about the congruency of Egypt, the Bible, and you, which is not a very easy thing to jam into one video, but I'm gonna go there. Guys, throughout worldly, earthly history, since we were able to, I would say, use words or recordings or words pretty much to like write down shit and communicate to the future that we were here, the one really cool piece of it that I found in all of my studies is there's constantly this girl, call it a wife, call it a daughter, doesn't really matter. If there's this girl and a male leaving messages, some of them really funny, all of them very profound, all of them insanely cryptic. But for modern humanity reading it now, all of them coming together as a mother, father, sister, brother proof to you, because you're one of us, soul message of dude or dudette, wake the fuck up. Remember who we are. Remember that we keep coming as, I would call curators or caretakers or protectors or lovers of this planet as a family, and we pretty much coyly play with each other. So I'm going to start modern time, 2009, the entire U2 album of No Line on the Horizon. You've got Bono singing to this girl about basically wake the hell up, you're free to go, unknown caller. It's this female who's asleep who needs to remember who she is, and there's this male, it's a head first, then foot, and then two hearts set sail. Take that little tiny section of that album, jump back to the Egyptian times, and you've got Hatshepsut and all the recordings of I had the guts. Hatshepsut leaves these markers on obelisks, always dedicating to her male counterpart, her father, her godly person, to say, I had the guts to leave my record of my memory and appreciation of your creation of me. So there's this constant conversation of the appreciation of the female being created by the male and the male being created by the female. And if you don't see that in the Bible, just go to the Bible, and what you have is the Star of David. So you've got this star that, a star, its light hits the earth, and then pow, this baby, Jesus, God with us, that's what Emmanuel means. And he's like this presentation, demonstration of God with us, but it's also obvious on how people miss this, but God with us is the light within the body of a human being is the same light that's the sun reflected back from all the stars. It's been going on forever. So funny part is you've got on every dollar bill, on every coin, In God We Trust, and the pyramid, which is an ongoing joke throughout eternity. How you guys miss this, I'll never know. But you've got the pyramid, the pinnacle, the eye of God, and it's actually called the 13th step, because if you look at every pyramid, there's 13 steps. So you get 12 steps, which is 12 is the months, the years, and if you look at the book, I know I'm going way out there, guys, but just stay with me. In the book of Revelation, you have the 24 elders. 24 means there's 12 facing in, 12 facing out. So you've got mirrors of the entire astronomy, the whole thing, the whole astrological reality. Because everyone has to face in and face out. So they're facing the throne, they're facing outside of the throne, they're protecting the throne, they're watching the throne. Oh my God. I get weirded out about it because to me it's so obvious, but then I have to listen to myself. I'm like, some people make it complicated with that. But anyway, back to the pyramid. The eye of God is the 13th step. Once you understand that it's an eternal now, there's 12. As a soul, you have to go through these 12 steps of consciousness to even be able to, I guess I would say, understand or actually more truthfully be allowed to perceive from this higher level, because you're not allowed to operate from a Christ itself unless you've basically proven to the universe that you have a heart of unconditional love. So you're not even allowed up here unless you get it. And thank God for that, right? So just to be a dickhead, Donald Trump, you're like on 0 steps. I don't even know where you are. You're just like, what the fuck is up with your ass? But nobody cares. But once you get up to the 13th step, then the universe sort of opens up these perceptions and gifts you with the ability to manipulate or leverage energies in yourself and outside of yourself that allow you to influence, that's a good word, the entire universe, of which you're not allowed access. It's a really good system. You're not allowed access if you don't prove that you live from a place of unconditional love, which is why Jesus was always saying, of myself I can do nothing. He knows for a fact he cannot influence all realities of himself. He has to allow it to be what it is, which is love. And also, by grace, you are saved. So grace is actually a word, strange word, but it has a meaning. It's the love inside of you and the love outside of you having a mirrored relationship. So it's grace. That's what creates grace. It's love, loving love. And then as a soul, from your little pinpoint in your reality, you get to witness that. And it's a blessing because you're not privy to how it all works, or you're not even allowed to play with it or look at it or see it if your heart is not pure and not open enough to understand that it's an allowing. So, for example, I still want to be a bitch and say Donald Trump, but he doesn't care anyway. But for example, no matter who you are or where you are, when you walk out into nature and you witness the sun shining, a tree growing, a flower blooming, and you take in and comprehend that has nothing to do with you. You have no power over that. That, like, the fact that you're even standing there watching it happen, that's a gift to you. Now, whether or not you appreciate the fact that had you not been granted the body that you're living in and the moment in time to witness this miracle of earth unfolding, if you're an arrogant, dumbass son of a bitch who doesn't understand that you can't even witness the miracle of creation expanding without the gift of your existence, then you've missed all of it. But when you get to the point that you're like, wow, I'm witnessing existence. I exist and am being granted the opportunity to experience the witnessing of expanding existence, like a flower is an expansion. And when you humbly and kindly and lovingly take, which you really should, a step back and say, wow, then you begin to get it. You begin to chill out and want to nurture it and want to. Part of me wants to say protect it, but you don't need to protect it because it's going to happen whether you're here or not. But you want to shut the hell up and watch and witness. That's where the whole witnessing thing comes in. And you want to share it. You want to say to that guy over there, like, did you see that? This is amazing. Can you see this? This is huge. And you begin to, for one, shut the hell up and slow the hell down and get in step with creation as it already is, and that you've been missing because, dear Lord, forgive me, I still get so frustrated with humans, but most humans are looking to like own things and like collect it. I don't even know what they're doing, but like do some weird shit that they do that is so convoluted and so lost, as if they're going to create something, and in doing so they generally destroy so many things, and it doesn't really matter. Their lifetimes are so short, it's so irrelevant, it's so stupid. But if you want to, it's a choice. It's like you all have free will, but you can use a moment in time, or many if you are willing to appreciate what already is, and then that appreciation of what already is will do something for you that you can't have any other way. It'll gift you miracles and power that you have never, ever imagined or known. But that's the rub. You are not permitted to have that kind of power if you don't have that level of appreciation. And that's why Jesus was a genius verbally, was he was consistently attempting to explain to people that as I have done, so can you, and more. But without love, the universe doesn't trust you. If you can't honor the universe in no way, shape, or form is ever going to trust your ass, because it's well aware of the fact that you're not trustworthy. You're going to hurt it. So thumbs up to all the light workers, thumbs up to all the musicians, peace out to like John Lennon, Yoko Ono, the Beatles, everybody. You guys already know this. Coldplay, Nirvana, Foo Fighters. You guys already know this, that like when you honor the universe dumps gifts in your lap because you're loving. But when you're an asshole, basically you're expendable. And that's, from my perspective and from reading all of Egyptian history and Mayan history and American history. I'm not even going to go there because we have presidents that are still alive, but it's pretty funny. The universe is so well keyed to unconditional love that basically what did they used to say in the 70s? don't mess with Mother Nature or something. But the people with the real power are the ones with love. And so if you really want real power, you gotta shimmy with the love. I don't know how else to say it. So, it breaks my heart that we've lost David Bowie and a lot of other people. But I am going to do a shout out to Bonham because I know you get this, dude, and you still have a lot of leverage. You got a lot of money, but I don't know. You also got a lot of alcohol. Did I say that? But there's a lot more that can be done on this planet right now, and it's going to get really fun. Most people won't see the fun because there's like people in Iowa and Wyoming and Singapore and Syria and South Africa that don't even have access to the internet and will never tell their story. And you guys will never hear it. But there's leverage flying around this planet that's, talk about Jesus is alive and well. But that's how it's always worked since the dawn of time when the Spirit moved across the water. The universe only responds to those who love. Period. The end. And the universe ain't stupid. She's not an idiot. That's why Jesus was so cool, because he found the key to the heart of the heart of the heart of the heart of the heart. And while the church tries to preach a lot of shit, the church has forgotten that there's power behind the words of the divine mercy that even the Pope hasn't quite mastered. Native Americans kind of have, though. But there's power in the silence that people don't know about, but the silence knows itself. And it's it always wins because it made everything. Which is why it's fun to watch people fuck it up.